In mid 2024, while I was having like one of my regular meditation sessions, I had randomly received this very strange and just mysterious download that I didn't even know how to even like process, right? How to even think about it. And the download was that at some point I would quote unquote exit reality, like whatever that meant. It didn't come with any context, it didn't come with a time frame. I had assumed that this was something that maybe would come about in a few million years as a soul for me. Like maybe something happens and I could see something cool and then I report it back to other people. But this actually happened a few weeks ago and it actually kind of blew my mind and opened a lot of doors, so to speak. So a few weeks ago, I was having a fairly regular meditation session and I went deeper than I normally do. I haven't gone this deep since I believe 2023, and I ended up somewhere just completely different, a completely different space. It looked like I was on like inside of a digitally rendered cube, and each side of this cube, it looked like it was almost emitting light. Like there was so much light and it was so bright that it looked like light was just inherent in this place. And each wall of this cube was emanating a sort of iridescent light, right? It had mixes of light pink, light lime green, gray, white, and like some other color as well that I can't remember off the top of my head. But it just looked iridescent and it was very, very bright. And one of the first vibes that I got from this cube was that this was a sort of program, like an actual digital program, almost like a containment program or something, right? It really felt like it was a tab inside of someone's web browser that someone just left sitting, running in the back of their computer. Inside of this cube was a smaller black cube. Now, if this iridescent cube was the size of a football stadium, this black cube was maybe the size of half a football field. Weird metric, I know, but I'm American, so that's just the best way I can describe this. This black cube was the reality that we are in now. Not just the third dimension, but every dimension ever, right? It was in this cube. It was this cube, essentially, right? And I saw that it had this almost transparent barrier around it. It looked like a glass casing in a museum or something. And I was like just getting tons of information about this reality, or this cube, I should say. And a lot of the information was something along the lines of this being an experiment, this entire reality being an experiment. Not only that, but the properties inside of this reality being very unique and different from the space outside of this, which I guess would be this iridescent looking cube place. So one of the things was that in this reality, light is not inherent. Light comes from the transference of energy. And the way that reality renders is very hologram-like. Like it's not, we're not living inside of a simulation the way people think of it, like the Matrix. But what we're living in is we're living in some kind of like hologram. And this hologram dynamically interfaces with conscious agents, aka souls. It's some weird observer effect, right? And I was watching as this was being displayed for me. Like, I don't know who it was that was displaying this for me or what was going on, but it was being shown to me that when someone, let's just say one person, goes to a location either in space or time and they observe something, when reality, which was previously this unfixed stream of particles, decides to condense because someone observed it, it actually can be influenced by the internal state of the observer. I was watching as this example was playing out where it looked like somebody was raising and lowering their vibration, and it looked like whenever they left a certain vibration and let it de-render, which it seemed like there was a certain tick rate, like it didn't instantly de-render, but it took some time to de-render. Then when the person came back to that vibration again with a new mindset, the material rendered differently. What I saw as well was that you can't seem to change things while you're at a certain frequency. Like if you're at, let's just say for example, if this could be seen like a giant radio thing, right? Different frequencies. Let's just say we're tuned to 99.9. 99.9 is already rendered. Okay, nothing that you can really do seems to be able to affect how that is displayed, what's on that frequency, right? But if you were the only person on that frequency and you left that frequency and then came back to it with a completely different internal state, it would render dynamically, almost like a Minecraft world or something, right? So yeah, this information is quite a bit to process. Like, the way that I'm wording it in this video is not quite as accurate or quite as adequate as I want to actually describe it as, but this is the best way that I could really word it for the time being. I'm not running off of notes. I probably should have wrote, notes or written notes, but I did not. So that is the best way that I could really describe what I saw. So yeah, we live, it seems like, in a hologram or some kind of system that acts like a hologram, and what we're in seems to be a digital container. Now, and also one more key detail before I stop recording is when I was in this space, I could actually feel that there was something outside of this, I'll just call it the iridescent cube. I could feel that there was something outside of it, and it was something, again, digital. Like, we were inside of a digital containment that was already within a digital system. So whatever we're in, digital, right? And I distinctly felt like no matter what I did, if I wanted to, I could not leave this. So it seems like if what I experienced was accurate, if what I experienced has any merit whatsoever, we are kind of just here, you know what I mean? We're just kind of in this experiment together. And it would seem that reality, the way that we know it, was indeed created with intelligence. Because it didn't seem like this black cube, or I'll just say this reality, appeared out of nowhere. This was deliberately, it looked engineered. It looked like an engineered thing. So yeah, do with that information what you will, and that's about it. So